What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do my 2-in-1 review of Basketball Wives LA Season 11, Episode 8, and Basketball Wives Orlando Season 1, Episode 8. So if you haven't seen those 2 episodes in particular, turn this video off, go watch those episodes, and come back and watch this review. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's a simple and free way to support my channel, and it literally takes less than 4 seconds to do. So if you spend 4 seconds watching this video, you can, of course, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, because I don't only review Basketball Wives, I review other shows as well. I'm also not a public speaker, so I will tend to fumble my words. You're going to hear you're going to hear so, you're going to hear like 1,000 times. It is what it is. I might stop to regain my thoughts. It is what it is. I'm going to be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show. It is what it is. Anything I say is my opinion. That does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions. Also, comment below what you would grade both episodes, what you thought of both episodes, what I talk about in both episodes, if I was off on anything in both episodes, all that good stuff. Comment below. Did I forget to say anything? And what you would grade those episodes. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. And we're going to start with Basketball Wives LA, of course, because they're the OGs. And I'm going to give my grade for that now. I'm going to give it a B-. It was good. Stuff happened. It was good. Like I said, I'm always never on the same side as other people, but I feel like B-. That's what I'm going to grade Basketball Wives LA Season 11, Episode 8. I will give my grade for Basketball Wives Orlando Season 1, Episode 8 when I start talking about that, and I will drop a timestamp in the comments to let people know when I start talking about Orlando, just in case you don't watch LA, you just want to get straight to Orlando, all that stuff. So last chance, if you haven't seen Basketball Wives LA, Season 11, Episode, what episode is this? 8. Yeah, Episode 8, Season 11, Episode 8 of Basketball Wives LA. Turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode, okay? So the episode starts off with, so we know Brooke left the Arizona trip early, and she's back at home, and her ex drops back off the dog. But she's still giving him kisses on the lips, and he's still rubbing her ass. So we see that she's still fucking him, even though he cheated and she supposedly had divorced him or whatever. So we could tell that they still fucking. So she starts telling him about her nonprofit that she's throwing in honor of her daughter, that she has in honor of her daughter, and basically saying like she wants to give back to cosmetology students who need financial aid. Then we get this little quick scene with Brittany. She FaceTimes Clayana and tells her, like, come out with us tonight. Jackie has something planned. Come out with us tonight. Clayana's like, I'll think about it. And then we get this scene with Jackie. She goes to Vanessa's room and she's like, you ready to go out? Vanessa's like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm going to stay behind. And I don't blame her. Like, y'all just came at her last episode. Why would she want to come out with y'all motherfuckers? Like, fuck y'all. I ain't blame Vanessa for that. So the ladies, they get together and start heading out to go to the strip club. Of course, Evelyn and Jen are in the van talking shit about Vanessa because Jackie was telling them that Vanessa couldn't make it. And the thing about Jen is she just don't like when somebody tell her something that she don't agree with, or she feel like when somebody tell her about herself, she get mad. Like, it's like, girl. So, this shit happened quick. I didn't even realize that all this happened. I mean, I didn't realize the strip club thing came quick. So the ladies, they get to the strip club, and Jen corny ass, I don't want no money, because Jackie's like, I'm gonna give you all y'all a stack of ones, throw it to strippers. And Jen like, I don't want no money, throwing no strippers. Yeah, she's like, I don't want to throw no money on those strippers. I don't want no money throwing those strippers because my man. I'm just like, damn, your nigga that insecure that your bitch ass can't fucking have a good time at the strip club. Like, girl. And I don't even think it's the fact that her man would be insecure. It's just like, Jen just a fucking stuck-up ass bitch. She just, get the stick out your ass. Your man that insecure that you can't go out and have a good time with your lady, with your friends. That's crazy. And you wonder why people talking shit about that nigga. And why you always in the relationship that you end up in. So Brittany tells the ladies, like, Clayana, she may or may not show up. Nobody really is seeming to care. Jackie says some little shit things, like, I don't want Clayana here, basically. But then as soon as Clayana arrives, she like, oh, hey, girl. Jackie funny. She just trying to be like, she just be trying to have a good time. She just be trying to have a good time. So the dancers, they come out, start performing or whatever. Ladies throwing money on them, whatever. Evelyn ends up going up on stage for like a private, I mean, not a private, but like a lap dance. And then Evelyn says in her confessional that her and her fiance are on a break. I thought they just called off the engagement. But she says in her confessional, even though me and are on a little break for right now, when you say break, that means y'all separated. Y'all not together. So I was like, I didn't even know they split. I thought they just called the engagement off and was still like, we're just going to move slower. So this is when all the bullshit happened. So the song WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion starts playing. And the part in the song that says, there's some hoes in this house. So Jen, doing her stiff ass twerk, decides she wants to start pointing at Clayana, basically insinuating she's a hoe, like it's some hoes in this house. So then Clayana was like, points back at Jennifer, it's some hoes in this house. And then Evelyn goes to Clayana talking about something, why you trying to start shit? And I'm like, Evelyn, did you not just see Jen pointing at her first? I'm just like, Jen, you can't do shit like that and expect somebody not to react, especially Clayana. You already know she's a firecracker. She already put hands on you before, so why would you even attempt to do something like that? So Evelyn tries to come at Clayana. And I'm just like, shut up, Evelyn. I'm just like, shut up. What? So then Clayana, she goes over to Brittany and Giselle and tells them what happened. So then Giselle, trying to be peacemaker, goes over to Jen and Evelyn and is like, so Evelyn trying to defend Jen, like, Clayana starting stuff. So Giselle was like, well, Jen, she said you pointed at her. Did you point at her? And Jen was like, yeah, I pointed at her. So then Evelyn was like, oh, well, I guess I'm out of it then. It's just like, why you even involve yourself? So now you trying to act like you didn't see Jen pointing at Clayana, Evelyn. This is why I be telling y'all, like, Evil Lynn is evil for a reason. All these bitches is assholes. Y'all just forgot about it because we ain't seen Basketball Wives in a while. These bitches are assholes, and they just mad that Clayana is giving them the type of energy that they always had. Y'all always had this energy from seasons, because mind you, I done seen all the seasons. So I already know the type of bitches that Evelyn and Jen and them is. They just mad because Clayana not backing down. Everybody seem to not like Clayana. Clayana just not going to back down and she giving off the energy that she getting. That's why I said people might not like my reviews, because I don't care. Like, I like Clayana. That's right, get in their ass. I don't care. Because people seem to forget all the fucked up shit that Jen and Evelyn and Brooke and Shawnee have done over the years. Like, we just can't slide past that just because this season they seem likable. No. I didn't forget shit. Evil Lynn with your colorless ass. Shawnee with your colorless ass. Brooke with your bully ass. Jen with your stick up your ass trying to be bully but don't want to fight ass. Like, you think I forgot? No. That's why I'm like, I'm here for Clayana. I don't care. So after Giselle hears from Evelyn saying, I'm gonna stay out of it, and she goes back over to Clayana. Yeah, she goes back over to Clayana and tells her, like, Jen did admit to pointing at you, and Evelyn said now that she's gonna stay out of it. So Clayana ass took that as, oh, so I can run up on Jen. So I can run up on Jen, huh? So as Giselle's telling Clayana, Clayana's like, bet, takes her shoes off, goes over to Jen and stands over her. Before I can even assess what happens, Evelyn swings on Clayana and grabs her wig off her head. And then they escort Clayana out the club. And I felt like, honestly, the person that swung first should have been escorted out. But of course, producers got their favorites, and they're gonna let Evelyn stay in there and kick Clayana out. I ain't saying Clayana was right for running up on Jen, but at the same time, Jen, you can't do shit like that and think ain't nobody gonna respond. And then the fact that they kicked Clayana out when Clayana wasn't even the aggressor. I mean, she walked up and stood over Jen, but who swung first? Who had the wig in their hand, was swinging it around the club? Evelyn, Evil Lynn. So she should have been the one that got kicked out. So Evelyn, Jen, and Jackie, they get in the Sprinter on the way home. Evelyn puts on Clayana's wig, being funny. They FaceTime Brooke. Of course, Brooke geeking ass. She eating it up because she don't fuck with Clayana because her friends don't. Yeah. So then we get to seeing Brooke. She meets up with this football player. His name is Kayvon. He plays for the New York Giants. She has him sign a jersey so she can auction off for her fundraiser because she says they're trying to raise $20,000 to pay off one of the students' full scholarship and things like that. So it's the final day of the trip in Arizona. And Giselle, they supposed to be all going to brunch. Giselle stops by Brittany's room. Brittany tells Giselle, like, I'm not going to the final brunch. Like, and also tells Giselle, like, Clayana left a little earlier. Because Brittany wasn't feeling it. And I don't blame her. Because it's like, if y'all would do this to Clayana, then it makes her look like, well, this could have been done to me if I wouldn't have made up with Brooke. So we get this brunch scene. Jackie, Evelyn, Giselle, Vanessa shows up. I was like, did she fly back to Orlando or was she in Arizona the whole time? Because I remember her saying something about her family's in Arizona or something like that. So I don't know. But Vanessa shows up, apparently. They talk about what happened the night before. Evelyn taking Clayana's wig and all that. Vanessa's in her confessional. Of course, she don't like Clayana neither. And says to Clayana, says that she's not surprised about the whole situation that happened at the strip club. So then Giselle explains to them why Brittany didn't come. And then Evelyn has the fucking nerve to say, I don't like how Brittany's inserting herself when it don't have nothing to do with her. So because she removed herself, that's her inserting herself. You physically inserted yourself when it had nothing to do with you. You literally had just said out your own mouth, I'm going to stay out of it. I'm not going to get it. I don't care about Jen not wanting to fight, not being able to fight, not a fighter, all that. You don't do stuff like that and not expecting a reaction. So, Evelyn, you physically inserted yourself, but you mad because Brittany didn't show up because she not trying to get it. Like, what? I was like, Evelyn, shut your dumb ass. Like, what? You just did the same thing. But you physically did it. Like, I was just like, Evelyn, shut up. This whole episode, I was like, Evelyn, shut your goofy, colorless ass up because you sound dumb. So, Jen and Evelyn say they're not going to be around Clayana. Jackie says in her confessional, well, she's going to have to tell Clayana she can't be around the sisterhood. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm like, first of all, okay, you saying Clayana can't be around the sisterhood. Okay. Clayana's not around now. So if these bitches don't get into it with Vanessa or Brittany, Jackie, I hope you know you're going to be on the chopping block next. Because Evelyn, Jen, and Brooke don't really fuck with you like that. They don't really fuck with you like that. They tolerate you because y'all on the same platform show. Jackie, they don't really fuck with you. Clayana's gone now, so if it ain't no problem with Vanessa or with Brittany, you gonna be next. You gonna be next. I'm telling you, like, I hate how Jackie tries to be so buddy-buddy with these bitches and they don't really fuck with her. Fuck Evelyn, fuck Jennifer, fuck Shawnee, fuck Brooke, fuck those bitches. They fake as fuck. Like, and Jackie need to get that through her head. Like, I don't know. They cool now. They seem cool now, but let Clayana, Vanessa, and Brittany leave the show. Girl, you're going to be next. They're going to come for you next. They're going to find something. They're going to be like, oh, but Jackie keep bringing them around. What's bringing them around? They will find something to get on you about Jackie because they clicked up and they mean girls. And you was not in that clique, Jackie. Shawnee's in that clique before you and she barely be there. I'm just like I said, I don't blame Brittany. I just got hyped, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I was at. Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, and then Vanessa decides she wants to apologize to Jen. I mean, I guess it was necessary because she looked into her situation without asking her or whatever. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know. She still apologized. I don't know how I feel about Vanessa apologizing. She says she won't collect any bills unless asked. So then we get this scene. They get back to LA and Christian surprises Jennifer with a new dog. I'm like, did he use her money to buy it? And then Jennifer tells him about Vanessa's foul on him. Tells him, I won't let anybody talk bad about you. Why this nigga Christian hesitates before he says, yeah, and vice versa. He didn't say nothing at first. He was like, I won't let anybody talk about you. Then he was like, oh, and vice versa. Like, nigga, like he had to think, like. So then Evelyn's ex-fiance FaceTimes her, even though when the name popped up, it said he was still her fiance. So I didn't know what that was about. the captions had him as still her fiance. So I was like, okay. So he FaceTimes to tell Evelyn, I'm gonna be in town soon. We should sit down and talk. I guess they haven't had to talk since they called off their engagement type shit. So then Giselle, she meets up with Brooke. She meets up with Brooke with some gifts, like some type of cosmetology gifts or whatever for some students, because Brooke is going to go speak at a cosmetology school. So they get there. Brooke like gives her she starts telling the students about her fundraiser and that she wants to give out grants to the students who are financially struggling and things like that. So then one of the teachers, I don't know who he is, a counselor or whatever, he informs Brooke like, we're going to do our first donation. We're going to donate our first grant in Brooke's daughter's name. So we get this final scene, which is Giselle and Brittany. They meet up. And Giselle tells Brittany, Evelyn felt some type of way about you not being at the brunch. So Brittany explains, like, I really didn't feel like breaking down how I felt. And I feel like I should just stay away to protect myself. And I don't blame her. Like, look at what they said because she didn't show up. They feel like she inserting herself because she tried to remove herself from the situation. So look what they said then. So I can understand why she feels that way. So then Giselle basically, I don't know if she was even on Clayana's side that night. It still seemed like she was on Evelyn's side. She like the standing up in front of Jen was not cool. Which it wasn't. It wasn't. But who actually physically put hands on somebody? And you're not really saying nothing about that, Giselle. That's why I say I be looking at Giselle sideways sometimes. Because I get it, you're trying to be neutral, but you got to call a spade a spade. Like, I don't even think in this conversation she said Evelyn was wrong. She said the standing up over somebody was wrong, and then she cut herself off. I don't know. So, I feel like Giselle was basically defending Evelyn and her side of the situation. And then Brittany stands on what she says, on her feelings, says Jen can't call somebody a hoe and then not expect the consequences. Exactly. She was like, how you just gonna be like ho 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 and then be like, oh my gosh, she wants to fight me. Even Giselle was laughing at that. Like, yes, Jen, you cannot, if you're not a fighter, don't do shit that could put you in situations to where you might have to fight. So then Giselle tells Brittany about Evelyn saying that she feels like Brittany's inserting herself. So then Brittany says, hello, Pat Meat Kettle, you physically inserted yourself. What are you talking about? I was like, yeah, but like, what? What are we talking about here? What? Giselle had nothing to say to that. She was like, well, I just think you and Evelyn should talk. This is like, Giselle, I feel like you should stay out of it. I feel like her going back and forth between Clayana and them in the club was too much. After Clayana told you what happened, you should have just been like, oh, and just stayed out of it. Because I feel like if she hadn't gone back and forth, Clayana probably wouldn't even ran up on Jen. Because Clayana was just over there irritated, telling Brittany and Giselle what happened or whatever. And she was like, I'm trying to have a good time. But then Giselle going over there saying, oh, Evelyn said she's going to stay out of it. It's between you and Jen. That's what made Clayana turn up and get up and go over there. Not saying it was right, but that's kind of added fuel to the fire. And that's how the episode ended. Like I said, I would give it a B- because shit got turned. And it made me real mad. Like, so now Clayana gets kicked off the show. Like, that's fucked up to me. That's real fucked up to me. Because these bitches, they mean girls. They could do all this shit, but then when somebody giving them the same energy, it's a problem. They get kicked off the show. We don't want to be around her. I don't know. And what's happening in the previews for episodes to come? Oh, it don't even look like nobody gets into it the next episode. And if Clayana's off the show, I bet you every episode they still gonna talk about that bitch. That bitch was making the show. Regardless of how messy y'all want to say she was, there was something happening in every episode because of Clayana. And now y'all got her off the show. The next episode look like it's gonna be dry as fuck. It don't even look like Evelyn and Brittany have a one-on-one. And I bet you they talk about Clayana ass every episode because y'all ain't got shit else going for this show. That's all I can think of for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this review, and comment below what you thought of Basketball Wives LA Season 11, Episode 8. Comment below what you would grade it, what you thought about it, what I talked about, if I was off on anything, all that good stuff. Comment below. And like this video and subscribe to my channel, because I don't only review Basketball Wives LA, I review other shows as well, like Basketball Wives Orlando, which we're about to get into right now. I'm about to just do this transition. Let me write down this timestamp. What we got here. I'm going to do 20. I'm going to do 2040. Let's do that. All right, 2040. So now this is my Basketball Wives Orlando Season 1, Episode 8 review. So if you haven't seen that episode, turn this video off right now. Go watch it. Come back and watch this. Like the video. Subscribe to my channel. It's a simple and free way to support my channel. It takes less than 4 seconds to do. So you can definitely hit the like button and subscribe button, because I don't only review Orlando. I review other shows as well. As you can see, if you watch this review in its entirety, I do LA as well. And I'm not a public speaker, so I will tend to fumble my words. You're going to hear me say, you're going to hear me say so. You're going to hear me say like 1,000 times. I might stop to regain my thoughts. I'm definitely be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show. And anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And comment below what you thought of Basketball Wives Orlando Season 1, Episode 8. What you would grade it. What you thought about it. If I forgot anything, if I was off on anything, all that good stuff. Comment below. I like to grade I told y'all from my words. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. And I'm going to grade this episode. This episode was wild, but I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'm gonna give Basketball Wives Orlando I'm gonna give it a B-. I was about to give it a C+, but I don't know. I feel like I want to give it a C+, so I guess that's what I'm gonna have to say. C+. It is what it is. Last chance. If you haven't seen Basketball Wives Orlando Season 1, Episode 8, turn this video off, because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. So the episode starts with Neek coming over to Nikki's place. Neek says in her confessional that Nikki, after the whole cancer event, Nikki went on live saying that Mulan deserved to get punched by Danielle. And then she was talking a lot of shit about 4. I don't even think we would have got that information if 4 wasn't on this episode. 4 from Black Ink Chicago. So they talk about that. And this whole season, I kept looking at Nikki and I was like, she looked just like the Nikki that used to date 4. But I couldn't tell, like, I don't know, it looked like she slimmed down, because on Black Ink Chicago, she looked thicker. So I was like, maybe this is not the same Nikki. Maybe she just looked like her and got the same name. But I was glad that we finally got this clarification. Well, we got it in the last episode's preview for this episode. But I was glad that we got that I got that clarification, because I wasn't sure if this was the same Nikki. So I was like, oh, this is the same Nikki that used to date 4. And from what I used to always watch on her on Chicago, she was a firecracker, jealousy over the top, all that type stuff. So I really didn't care for Nikki on Black Ink Chicago. Me coming into this show, not even realizing it was the same Nikki. Of course, I'm giving her a fresh. I'm like, I don't know none of these ladies. I'm giving her, except for Megan, I was giving them a fresh, like, okay, let's get to know these ladies. But now that I know who she is, I'm like, all right, that Nikki, okay. Now I realize what the fuck I've been dealing with this whole time watching this new season. So Neek asks Nikki, like, do you think you need closure from 4? And Nikki says that the things that 4 did online and things like that triggered her, because she spent her prime years with him, starts getting emotional and stuff, says that she may need therapy and stuff. And I'm just like, if I'm not mistaken, you embarrassed him on live or something, and then you broke up with him. Not saying that he probably didn't do some stuff, but I'm just like, Nikki, you're not innocent, girl. So we get to see Megan. She's doing a photo shoot to promote her live show, her first live podcast, which will be the final scene of the episode, I think. She says in her confessionals that her goals are to be the next Wendy Williams. I mean, well, you excuse me, you definitely on the right track with your messy ass. You definitely are. So Mulan and Ashley, they meet up at Ashley's store. And one thing I will get at Ashley, like I said, until I see actual proof that she gave Morgan's address, until I get actual proof that she was the one, that she sent women to sleep with Morgan's ex, until I get that proof, I don't see no problems with Ashley right now. And what I will say about Ashley, every time this bitch is on the show, she is promoting something. Whether it's her store, she whether it's her stores, the cancer event, she always get into a bag. So I appreciate that about Ashley. So Mulan comes to Ashley's store and she's like, I need some shopping retail therapy because I'm not feeling myself. She starts explaining to Ashley how she feels heavier now playing basketball because of her butt. She said at first it was her boobs, which prompted her to get a breast reduction. But now she feels like now that she's lost all this weight, and went all to her ass. And then she shares in her confessional that she got a BBL at 18 because of the guy she was dating and all the influence online, on social media and things like that. And she tells Ashley that she wants to get a reduction, but she's nervous about going through the process because if she actually go through the process, it's going to be a long and treacherous process. I appreciate this with just like when K. Michelle came out, said she was getting her body reduced and all that. I appreciate Mulan for coming and sharing this on a platform because everybody and their mama nowadays wants to get a BBL. And it's just like, from what I be seeing on TV, I never seen a BBL in real life, so I don't know what they look like in real life. But from what I be seeing on TV, that should be looking bad. That should be looking bad. So kudos to her for sharing her story and talking about wanting to go through this journey of getting reduction and things like that. And like I said, I don't have no problem with Mulan, really. Only thing I'm looking at Mulan sideways is about is when she asked Danielle to say what she told Danielle about Neek, and Danielle said it, and Mulan didn't even say, oh, no, I ain't say that. She ain't say nothing. And we haven't seen Mulan talk to Neek since then, but she been hanging with everybody else. That's the only thing I'm looking at Mulan sideways about. Like, if you did say that about Neek, just come clean and apologize and whatever, and do whatever you can do. But other than that, I don't really have no problem with Mulan either. So she tells Ashley all this about being nervous about getting a reduction. Ashley even shares that she got ass shots herself when she was 23. And then she recently just got a surgery to get the shots removed as much as the shots removed as she could. And now she just works out. And she says like now her butt is like smaller, but it's at least proportionate. So I was like, I appreciate this conversation because we need more of these conversations so motherfuckers can not be tempted and prompted to get surgery in the future and things like that. The youth. Because she said she got a BBL at 18. Your body wasn't even done developing at that point. So it's good for the next, it could be 1,018 years watching this and being like, oh yeah, well I'm glad I'm seeing this. So now I know to wait a little bit till my body fulls out. And if I still decide I want to get surgery, then at least I have waited and things like that. So I appreciated this conversation between Mulan and Ashley. So then we get to see Danielle. She calls Morgan. She's like, girl, let me tell you my results on this personality test I took. And then she says in her confessional that she was with her ex for so long. I think she said her ex was her first and she'd been with him since, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Which is kind of why I kind of understand Danielle's feelings towards Mackenzie and the whole situation. But at the same time, you got to let it go. You still got to let it go, Danielle. I understand your feelings, but you got to let it go. So I kind of appreciated this episode with Danielle kind of like trying to step out there. She says in her confessional that she's been with her ex all this time, that she probably wouldn't understand how to take affection from someone else. And she says now, stepping into any type of relationship she steps into, she wants to express her flaws from jump, so it won't be an issue in her new relationship. So Morgan basically telling her like, you gotta let that what's it called? You gotta let your guard down a little bit. She's telling her that you gotta let your guard down a little bit. I know you're not used to affection and things like that. So we get to see Ashley. She's getting her makeup done, and she's sharing with her makeup artist that her husband found out he was autistic at 31. We learned a little bit about that in the beginning of the season when she got her second son tested for autism. She shared that her husband found out he was autistic late in the league, and if they would have found out beforehand, they probably would have tried to encourage him not to do basketball. But now he a 9-year vet. So now she said that her husband wants to spread awareness. And you know how these housewife shows, these basketball wife shows, they make it seem like the wife is the one that, like, because maybe he didn't even want to talk about it. Maybe Ashley was the one that wanted to go on TV and talk about it. You never know, but I don't know. But she says that her husband wants to spread more awareness about autism, so they're gonna be doing that today on the Today Show. So her husband comes in, And now I feel bad because I remember when we first got introduced to Ashley's husband, I was like, he seemed like he high as hell. So now I feel bad because that was before she told us that he was autistic. Dang, it just got dark as hell. What time is it? It's only 3:45. Come on, son, don't do that. I hope it stay bright because I'm almost done this review. The sun is trying to leave. I'm getting pissed. Let me just keep on going. So, yeah, so I felt bad about, and I will apologize for calling. I thought her husband was high or something when I first got introduced to him, but finding out that he has autism, it makes more sense. So he comes in the room and him and Ashley go through a little, like 2 little practice questions for the show, before the show starts. They get mic'd up. He's like, I don't even care. I'm just going to wing it. That's the best way to do an interview. Unless you're getting caught off guard, then it's like, I don't know. So we get to this scene that I thought was super cute. Even though I don't like Danielle and Morgan, I thought this scene was super funny. So Morgan, Nikki, and Danielle, they go out speed dating. I don't really write everything, but I just wrote what stood out to me. So Nikki was sitting with this dude, and every time she asked him a question, he was like, it all depends. And she was like, what's this? She was like, how old are you? It all depends. What's your sign? It all depends. Like, what? Get your all depends ass up out of here. What the fuck was that? Morgan goes to Morgan goes to wipe the sweat off a dude. She's like, I got you sweating. Wipes the sweat off his forehead. Her boob pops out because she got on this shirt that like rises if you move your arms up. So her boobs pops out. She's like, oh, nice boobs, ain't it? Or something. That's a hell of an introduction. Something she says. So I thought that was a little funny. And the same dude that Morgan's boob popped out on, now he's sitting with Ashley. He gets up to give, not Ashley, he's sitting with Nikki. Now he gets up to give Nikki a massage. So then the host was like, after the speed dating's over, the host is like, all right, ladies, we're going to do things different. I want y'all to walk over to the guy that you would most likely go on an actual date with or whatever. And Ashley, I keep saying Ashley. Nikki and Morgan go up to the same damn guy. The guy who Morgan wiped the sweat off and gave Nikki the massage. They go up to the same guy. Another girl comes over there too. I know that man probably was feeling like, oh yeah. I was good that he wasn't black though. I was just like, y'all picked this nigga. At least Danielle picked the black guy. What's her name? Danielle asked the black dude that she picked. She was like, how old are you? He was like, timeless. I thought that was kind of like corny cute. So Megan meets up with her. She has these 2 co-hosts that she's doing her live show with. They from another popular podcast. I forgot what she said the name of the podcast was. But they from another popular sex podcast or whatever you want to call it. She meets up with them to do final prep for the live show at the space or whatever. And she tells them that her special guest is 4. And that she says in her confession that 4 actually reached out to her to be a guest on the show. I don't know how true. I don't know how much I believe that. I feel like Megan did this to be messy. Cause I'm like, ain't her boyfriend a tattoo artist? He probably wouldn't have been up there saying all the shit 4 was saying, but I don't know. Whatever. They just dropped the J, try and pluck it. So then she tells the ladies, the 2 co-hosts, that that Nikki will be up there. Nikki will be there, and that Nikki is 4's ex. And the girls looking like, I'm like, y'all don't know how messy Morgan is? Y'all know how messy Megan is? And she says in her confession she didn't tell 4 that Nikki would be there. And she didn't tell Nikki that 4 would be there because she didn't want no sabotage at her event. I'm like, girl, you just did it to be messy. Like, it's okay, Megan. We know you're messy. So then we get this scene where Mulan, she meets with a plastic surgeon to get a consultation, see what her options are about getting this butt reduction. And the surgeon, he basically keeping it real as he can, whether he's telling her, giving her the harsh facts to Mulan, saying the procedure can be like deforming. She was like, it's basically like trying to get syrup out of a towel. I was like, damn. So he basically stating all the risks and things that will come along with the reduction, tells her to go home and really think about this before making her final decision. And like I said, I appreciate all this that we getting, because it might be some girls out there right now contemplating getting their body done. And this could be a wake-up call. This could be something to let them know, don't do it yet. Or don't do it at all, you know. Then we get this little scene where Danielle's on a date with a guy. She says she's known for a little minute. They basically talk about like turn-ons, and the guy tells her like, I'm ready to settle down and get married. And I'm like, Danielle, are you? You still kind of in heartbreak getting over your ex. You ain't ready to settle down and get married. If I was you, I would tell this man right now, like, I know you ready to settle down and get married, but I want to let you know I'm still kind of going through it and having heartbreak over my ex. And I'm still trying to, like, get over him a little bit. I mean, you just said in your confession when you was on the phone with Morgan that you was going to let him know all your flaws before, like, up front. So I felt like that was the time where you should have told him. I mean, they didn't show the whole scene of their date. Maybe she did give that to him, but I feel like we should have seen that. So Megan event starts. Lindsay, pregnant messy lady, she's there first. She's talking about something. I don't really feel like I should be out here in my third trimester, because they get into it even at cancer events. So I was like, wait till she drop that baby. If she dropped that baby, she's still on the show. I feel like her messiness gonna really come out. She was messy on episode 1, but she can't get too messy because she's pregnant. She ain't been around as much because she's pregnant. But I feel like when Lindsay dropped that baby, she gonna be messy as hell. So then Ashley and Mackenzie arrive, and they ask Lindsay, I don't know why they asked Lindsay of all people. I mean, Lindsay and Danielle are friends, but I was just like, well, I guess they couldn't ask Morgan, but they was like, is Danielle coming? I feel like they should have asked, was Morgan and Danielle coming? Because they like a package deal. But they asked specifically, singly, was Danielle coming? And Lindsay shared, I feel like this was just for a moment for them to know that Danielle was on a date. So Lindsay tells them, like, Danielle's on a date. Of course, Mackenzie's in her confessional, like, oh, I love that Danielle's on a date, because that means she's on the track to leaving me and my man alone. You know, her man is Danielle's ex. I'm like, of course Mackenzie's happy. Because that's how Nick felt when Mackenzie met Danielle's ex. She was like, I'm so glad, I'm so here for Mackenzie and Danielle's ex, because now she's leaving me and my dude alone, who is Mackenzie's ex. So it's just like a whole... So then Mulan gets there. She says, no, Ashley, I only came because you begged me to come. And I still feel the way I feel about start naming everybody, because Mulan seemingly has beef with everybody. Even at one point, Nikki was like, why is Mulan here? Like, I could have swore she had a problem with Megan. So 4, he gets there, and him and Megan, they chop it up a little bit in the back before the show starts. And Morgan and Nikki arrive. They do this. They start the show off by doing this little burlesque show first. And then the co-hosts, they come up on the stage. They introduce Megan. Megan comes up awkward as hell. Like, her walk on the stage was just awkward, as weird as fuck. So she gives a little speech, basically saying, like, basically it was directed at Mulan, because she was like, if you here with any ill intention, then leave now. And Mulan was in her professional, like, this bitch got the nerve to be talking about me when she doing some messy shit right now. Like, it seemed like Mulan already knew 4 was about to come out. So then, what's her name? Megan announces, like, 4 comes out. Nikki's face was priceless, bruh. So then all the ladies in their confessional start talking shit about Megan immediately. So Ashley's in her confessional, like, see, Megan is just not a good friend. Like, you think this is content, but this is actually a bad way to treat your friend. Your so-called friends. Let me cut this down, because this down bleeding a little bit. Let me cut it a little bit more. Still a little blood right there. Not actual blood. If you smoke it, you know the J bleed if your mouth wet. That's why I keep licking my lips, but I don't want to keep licking because they dry as fuck. I need to put some chapstick. I should have put some chapstick on before I started. Because brushing your teeth and then just keep licking them and smoking, that's what makes your mouth dry as fuck. So, yeah, so everybody in the confessionals, Ashley says what she says, Nikki says in her confessionals that, like, she's agitated and that Megan is capitalizing off of her pain and that Megan's not a real friend. Mackenzie says that Megan is definitely messy for bringing 4. Morgan says she feels like Megan could have gave Nikki a heads up. So then they start asking 4 questions and things like that. Basically about, like, sexual liberation. And this nigga is talking about all the types of things under the sun, saying he liked the BDSM. And for a long time, I know I could have looked this up, but for a long time, I never knew what BDSM stood for. So I was kind of glad that he actually said what it was. And I was like, hold on, sadism. I was like, hold up. Why do people like this? This shit got the devil in it. Like, what? So he talks about liking to get pegged and stuff. So then they ask him, like, what is your sexual, what do you identify as? And he's like, I identify as me. And goes on more about his sexual lifestyle. Even Morgan in her confession talking about some, sir, we're still confused and disgusted. Good day. I was like, that was funny as hell. I don't like Morgan, but that shit was funny. I thought that was funny. So he going on about his sexual lifestyle and things like that. So Ashley just starts talking shit. She's like, this is so, like, disgusting and gestures to Nikki like, did Megan need you here for all this to Nikki? And Nikki's just like, and it was just crazy. And that's kind of like how the episode ends with the party ending. It make me wonder, like, was Nikki out here eating the booty and stuff? I would be embarrassed for Nikki, but I really don't feel sorry for her. I don't care. Because I was just sitting there like, damn, Nikki got to listen to all this and now. And if people in there know that that's her ex, they looking at her sideways like, was you doing all this with him? Not to mention the last season in Chicago, this nigga Ford had a whole fiance and a baby. So I'm just like, I wonder how she would feel if she saw this shit, if she saw that shit. Well, if she saw this episode of Orlando. That whole shit was crazy. But like I said, I don't really feel bad for Nikki because you started the whole situation with the going back and telling Morgan and Danielle that they called her mean, that they called them what did they call them again? Mean girls or something like that. And then you called Mulan a Oompa Loompa and got mad when she sent you a picture of her back. Plus the way you used to act on Black Ink Chicago. It's hard for me to feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. And that's how the episode ended. Predictions for episodes to come. I can't really remember nothing except Ashley went to Danielle because they having some type of basketball event to promote, to spread awareness to autism. And she invites Danielle because she says they need a couple of more basketball coaches or like little coaches for the kids and stuff like that. And then we see Danielle arrive and both Mackenzie and Ashley are there. And I'm like, do Ashley and Mackenzie really, not Mackenzie, but do Ashley have a beef with Danielle besides the fact that Morgan don't like Ashley? I don't know. So who knows? It's probably going to be a confrontation between Danielle and Mackenzie. I hope not, because Danielle's dating now, so kind of like let it go. But we'll see. That's just only thing I can think of that might happen in episodes from now or whatever. But thanks for watching this review. And comment below what you would grade this episode of Basketball Wives Orlando Season 1, Episode 8. What you would grade it. Comment below what you would grade it. What you thought of it. What I talked about. If I forgot anything. If I was off on anything. All that good stuff. Comment below. And like this video and subscribe to my channel. Because I don't only review Basketball Wives Orlando and LA. I review other shows as well. And I will see y'all in the next review. Peace.